So in this video, I'm going to take you through a scenario of what I would do if I was starting skinny fat around 22% body fat and I wanted to get that lean, muscular, fit physique around 12 to 15% body fat. So if you're someone in that skinny fat situation right now and you're not sure what to do, you feel a little bit stuck, I'm going to give you the exact 4 steps you need to take to start seeing results. Now diving into it, the first thing that we need to talk about is committing to a path. You see, when you're starting skinny fat, you actually have 2 big problems at the same time. You have the skinny part, which means you don't have that much muscle, and then you have the fat part, which means that you're carrying an excess amount of body fat, and we need to fix both. And the truth is, to fix a skinny fat situation, for most people, will be either a 2-step or a 3-step process. This is exactly why the first thing I'm going to do is get very clear on the goal and then commit to it 100%. Being wishy-washy and dabbling around, not hitting the like button and just mindlessly wandering around the gym is going to keep me skinny fat. And unfortunately, that's what I see with a lot of guys. And so if I was starting at, let's say, 160 pounds, which is about 72.5 kg, 5'10", 178 centimeters tall, I'm skinny fat, 22% body fat, and I have very little training experience, well, I need to start by committing to one of these 3 paths. My first option is to lean bulk for 6 months to a year, gain about 8 to 15 pounds, about 3.5 to 7 kg, and then do a fat loss phase to reveal the gains. My second option is to do a body recomposition phase, which some call maingaining or gaintaining, where I would essentially work on staying at around 160 pounds, but focusing on losing fat and building muscle at the same time. Now, my third option is to start with a fat loss phase, get down to 12 to 15% body fat, and then do a lean bulk afterward. Now, because I don't have that much muscle to begin with, if I were to start with that fat loss phase to 15% body fat, I'd have to go as low as 146 pounds or 150 pounds. So that's about 66 to 68 kg. And I would look pretty thin at that level. Plus, I would have to diet on pretty low calories to get there. Now, a body recomposition phase around 160 pounds isn't a terrible idea, but that's not really my ideal weight. I would like it to be a bit higher, and the process is pretty slow. So my preferred option in this case would be to start with a lean bulk. If I do it right for 6 months to a year, as a beginner, I'd be able to gain a pretty decent amount of muscle. So let's say I put on 12 pounds, which is around 5.5 kg across 10 months. My new body weight now is 172 pounds, which is 78 kg. If I gained 70% muscle and 30% fat, which isn't too unrealistic considering I'm a beginner and I have a lot of newbie gains, my body fat percentage will actually go up only by about 0.5%. And I will look a lot better now having gained 8.5 pounds or 4 kilos of muscle. And then I can do a fat loss phase going from 172 pounds, 78 kg down to 157 pounds, 71 kg at 15% body fat. And that's actually a physique that I already had on my own journey. It's a great place to be. And then from there, all I need to do is just repeat the process. Do another lean bulk, put on a little bit more muscle, clean that up and repeat that a couple of times, and I will get to the physique that I really want to have. By going with a lean bulk first, I'm able to maximize strength development and muscle gains because I'm not in a calorie deficit. And I can do all of that while learning how to live properly, building healthy eating habits because I have more calories, I have a little bit more flexibility with that, going to bed on time, establishing a good routine, a good structure. And overall, all these things are part of a healthy lifestyle anyway, and I can focus on those without having to worry about losing body fat. And I'm already becoming healthier because I'm eating right, I'm training consistently, and I'm building muscle. Now, the key to building muscle during a lean bulk will be consistency with hard and smart training. And that's the next step we need to talk about. In this case, because I would be a beginner, I don't need to make things very complicated. I would start by lifting weights 3 to 4 times per week. Those sessions would be about an hour each. I would focus on training each muscle group 2 to 3 times per week. And then that my workouts are built primarily around compound lifts so I can maximize my time, and then I'm really prioritizing learning proper form from day one. Now, after those initial 2 to 3 weeks, once I got the soreness out of the way, I'm also familiar a little bit more with my routine, I know the basis of form, I can start pushing myself and applying progressive overload. And from here, the key will be to continue refining my technique and to keep the form tight while I'm adding reps and weight and taking sets closer to failure. I also want to make sure that I'm tracking my workouts and then beating the logbook. I don't need any complicated progressions. I can easily just add more weight and reps once I hit the target on my first set. If I do dumbbells and I'm doing 40s in each hand, my target is 10, I get to 10 on set 1, next time go up to 45s. Keeping it simple is the key. Stick to the routine and just get better at it. As a beginner, numbers should go up pretty quickly, and it's not uncommon for beginners to see reps and weight go up for up to 6 months. That's what we call newbie gains. And during a lean bulk, it's really important that you see your numbers in the gym go up while at the same time your body weight is slowly increasing at the appropriate rate. Now, speaking of body weight increases, we have to talk about nutrition. Because I decided to do a lean bulk, I need to make sure that I'm creating a small calorie surplus. With lean bulking, the goal will be to gain about 0.5% to 1% of my body weight per month. In practice, this means that I need to eat just enough calories to put on an extra pound to pound and a half, so 0.5 kilo to 3/4 kilo per month. In order for me to find that surplus, one of the simplest ways to do that would be to track my calories and my body weight every day for 2 weeks, then find my baseline and how much I need to eat to maintain my current weight, then simply increase that by 150 to 200 calories, and then calibrate from there as my metabolism adapts, which is completely normal. Now, another thing that I need to take care of with the diet is my protein intake. And for that, I would aim at 1 gram per pound of my target body weight. So that would make my protein intake around 160 to 170 grams per day. And once I define my calories and protein, I would really want to make sure that I double down on having a solid structure. That means that I'm eating 3 or 4 meals per day at similar times, that 80-90% of those meals are made out of unprocessed foods, healthy starches, healthy fats, getting about 40 to 60 grams of protein per meal, eating my fruits, veggies, and overall my priority would be to establish a simple routine that I can just follow every single day, because there's nothing wrong with being a little bit more repetitive in the beginning with the purpose of hitting your calories and macros consistently. I would be more in that mindset of food is fuel, let me just get the right ingredients into my body so I can perform at my best, reach my goals, and once I have that baseline, I get good at managing my calories and macros, I can make things a little bit more complicated, include more fun foods and more variety if I decide to do so. Now, the fourth thing we need to talk about is the inner game of fixing a skinny fat physique. Because unfortunately, I see a lot of skinny fat guys who self-sabotage and quit because they get in their own heads. They keep complaining about how building muscle is so slow. They keep comparing themselves after 3 to 4 months with guys who've been lifting for 5 or even 10 years who have way more muscle. And they're in this constant, I'm not there yet, or how long is this gonna take, weak mindset. If you're skinny fat right now, you need to embrace the reality that this is not the type of problem that you can fix in 3 to 4 months. Some problems just take longer, and that's okay. So instead of focusing on what you don't have yet or envying what other people have, you need to shift your focus to things that you can control, which is improving yourself and holding yourself accountable to a higher standard. It's you versus you. And whenever you get a PR, no matter how small it is, whether it's in the gym or outside of the gym, you want to make sure you recognize that. That's going to help you stay more positive, be more grateful, and enjoy the process a lot more. And that's really the key, because fixing a skinny fat physique takes a long time and it's definitely not easy. And if you don't learn to enjoy the journey, you won't be able to stick with it long enough to push through and finally reach your goal. And what's going to help you stick with it is making sure you're subscribed to my channel. For coaching, if you want to work with me on your journey, check out the details in the description below. Leaving another video here where I cover what I would do if I was at 30% body fat. So check out that video, and I'm going to see you right there.